So here we are. It's Saturday. Saturday morning means Kerbal Space Program. So let's continue with our YouTube saved game. The only one we are playing right now. Oh. Have to hit load. Okay, that'll work. So last time Jeb came back, we got enough science. What did we get the science for? Or no, we got the science. We tested something. We tested the Weasley engine, I believe it was. And that got us enough science to, yes, that got us enough science, so we now have the round batteries. We now have the photovoltaic panels, which are solar panels. We also have the Probodobodyne, which is unmanned, so we can use this to set up satellites, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to set up maybe 2 or 3 satellites today, and we may go to the moon and get a lunar orbit going, get something orbiting around the moon, and get some science from that. That should be big science if we can bring that back. So we also have a thermal control system. I think what that is, I'm not 100% sure what that is. We're definitely gonna take a look into that though. So right now let's head into mission control. So we're not gonna do any rescues. Temperature surveys of moon. Above, above, and above. Okay, deadline is in year 11. We're still in year 1. It shouldn't be that too hard to do from that. Those ones are flying. We don't want to do those right now. And we don't want to do the rescue. The ferries right now are just not, they're not worth it right now. And the one from Minmes is a year 10. I think right now we're going to leave this one alone, and we will do that one later on. Actually, we're not even going to do that one. So that one's going to expire by the time I even want to get to it. But the active contracts, what do we have here? So we definitely need to go to moon. The one for Kerbal is Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbal. We're going to get that one probably next week. Right now we're going to focus on moon. We may not get the science data from the surface of the moon because we don't have the what I want in order to be able to land on the moon yet. So we're going to be doing from space around the moon. And that is anything, any type of scientific data from around the moon. Temperature surveys are specifics, and observational surveys are specifics as well. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to send up a satellite or two. So we want some we want them to have communications. So the first thing that we need is we need something to control it with. It's all going to be unmanned. So we can do the Probodyne, or we can do these, or yeah, we can do the OKTO, or we can do the Stay Putnik. So let's do, I like doing the Probodyne, and I think it's, okay, it is a little heavier. And it costs a little bit more, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. This right here is what we're going to send up. That is our control. So let's put some science on there, I think. We don't need any thermals because it's not coming back in. We don't need... Well, we could put some lights on it, and we probably will. I don't think we have docking ports. We don't, and that's fine. So science. And actually, we don't even need any science on this one. I think we have most of the science from around Kerbal. So let's just throw a service bay on there. And actually, let's grab... Should be under structural. That's too big. Jeez, okay. So, can't quite do exactly what I want, but that's fine. Let's open up the service bay. And we need some batteries to make sure that this thing will be able to stay functional. I really hate how they do the zoom in this game. So this thing is going to have 600 charge from the batteries and 10 charge from that. So we also need some of these. Okay, there we go. So with those right there, everything is good. Let's put some communications on here. So the range on this is... There we go. 500,000, and they are combinable. So because they are combinable, and I think it is only okay, that's direct. That's direct. This is a relay. Okay. So these right here we may put up on the thing as well, but we definitely want, let's do 4 of those. We'll put those right there. Okay, that will work. Now, something to propel this. And this thing is going to be light. So, I mean, the mass on this thing is 0.1. These are 0.84, or actually that's, yeah, 0.1. These are 0.84 is what we've been using. So it takes the energy to move 84 of these to move that. So we don't need anything huge. We're going to do that, and going to put a terrier on there. There we go. So this right here, and let's actually do this as well. Let's see here, communication, let's grab 2 of these. There we go. And we want those pointing down. And they are both pointing down. Okay. So this thing, when it is operational, all of those will be extended. And those will be extended. So this is what it's going to look like when it's up there. So that will definitely work. Okay. So now we need to get this up there. We need a coupling. Okay, and the cool thing about these is it's not going to take a whole lot to get it up into space. Our mass right now is 3.2. So that's really, really good. Let's grab 2 of these. Oh. And a swivel. Okay, so our center is way down there. There we go. That should work. Alright, and then we need another decoupler. Let's move that up a little bit. Let's throw a thumper on there. And actually, let's do this first. Okay, there we go. So now that we've got those, now we can throw 4 of these on. Let's put those there. Let's see what happens with the hammers. Okay, that's still... Actually, hold on. Those are not going at the same time. So let's put those on. Put that down there. I think we should be good with that. Okay, let's put those right there. That'll actually make it a little bit better, I think. Aerodynamics, let's throw those on, and then we need some more tail fins. If we can put those right there, I think we'll be fine. So because those are going down there like that, I think that's going to be even better. No chance of anything exploding. So that's what we've got. We'll call this comms 1, and we will save it. There should be no crew. Okay, so this is ready to fly. Let's get our first satellite up. Alright, let's get it going. I'm ready. Okay. So let's see what this is going to do. Looks like everything is ready. Oh. Well, this might actually not be too bad then. This might work out in our favor. So we're gonna see what happens after. Whoop. Oh, come on. We're going to see what happens when we turn the thumper on. Well, you know, we might not be doing too bad here. Nope, we're losing surface speed. Well, now we're gaining. Okay. You know what? Let's see where this goes. So this may be a good light booster for the it might be a good easy way to get satellites up for Kerbal. Oh, this is where we want to be, right here. And come on. We're not that heavy, come on. Okay, let's start going straight up and see where that can carry us. Okay, let's try to get up to about... That'll work right there. Oh, come on. Oh, I think we can do this. I think it's going to circularize. Oh yeah, we've got this. Oh, we're going to have our first satellite up in space. Okay, so let's go there, add a maneuver. That is close. That's 204. Oh yeah. Okay. So we have plenty of time. So we're going to start burning at between 10 and 11 seconds before we hit the node. So this is perfect. This is right where we want it. So okay. So now we can wait. Fast forward a little bit here. There we go. And so now all we have to do is wait. Okay, I was not sure for a minute there if this was actually going to work. Okay. 208, 202. Let's add another maneuver up here and see how close we can get those two. Right there. That is going to be awful close. So that's where it's going to be. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then we can start working on our stuff for Moon. Let's go ahead and warp to there. And this is going to be like a very, very quick burn. Actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start burning at about 10 seconds, and we're just going to really, really quickly. Whoop. There we go. I like it. I like it. I think that's going to work out just fine for what we need. And that is good. I love it. Okay. So now that we have that, and we have, oh, you know what we need to do? Let's extend our antennas. Okay. COM1 is operational. And these right here should be direct sunlight. So let's see if there's anything. Okay, I mean that right there, it's gonna work when it's on the dark side. The all the batteries that are in there are going to allow it to keep running. Oh, we forgot to put lights on it. That's going to be on the next one. We're going to put another one of these up. We're probably going to wait a little bit. Actually, where are we at right now? Actually, you know what? We could put that up right now. We could put that up right now, and it would be, yeah, we would have one up every day. There would be one coming around. So every half day there would be one. Or one would always be in direct sunlight. One would always be behind. So we can definitely do that. Let's go ahead and go to the Space Center. That one there is going to stay. So now that we have one, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done one. I thought we had the. We don't have drivable wheels, do we? We're gonna see if we have them. If we do, then we may do something a little different. We don't. We do have the micro landing struts. The reason I don't like these is the tolerance is only a 10 meter per second impact, and they're short. So yeah, basically made of toothpicks, space grade toothpicks, mind you, but be careful with them anyway. So that's the main reason that we're not going to Moon today, or that we're not going to land on Moon today, because we need to get some science. So let's open. Let's see what we've got here. Was there a... So I know the rescues will work. So with those, do we have... We don't. Okay. We might still be fine. Okay, that's a decoupler. We need the thermal. Oh, wrong one. You know what? We're just gonna go with a completely new thing. The command module. This can hold 2. Let's do that. Let's pick our crew right now. Jebediah and... How does Bob have... How does Bob have half a star? Did I send him up with Jeb? But yeah, we're going to put Bob up there with him. He's going to gain his star. He should be gaining a star as well. And then the next time that we orbit, we're going to take Bill up with us so he can get his star. Okay, so there's the crew. The utility, the MK-16. Okay, let's put those on there. Okay. Oh, okay. We don't have the right heat shield. No. Okay, so I think Bill's going to be going up, or I think Jeb is going up alone. I think he's going to have to. As much as I would love to send somebody up with him, you know what? That might work. That might work. That's a little bit lighter too. Looking for that. Oh yeah. Okay. That problem is solved. I don't think we're gonna get out anyway. Okay, that does have those though. Okay. So this could definitely work. There and there. So that'll work. That's going to be okay. That's going to give us everything that we need. We need a decoupler. We're not going to take any science with us, I don't think. We could. I want to know what this... You know what we're going to do? Okay, let's try this. We'll call that a scaper test. I'm not sure what that thing does. So we're gonna see, because I've never used this before. This is something that's new in the game. Okay, yeah. So let's revert back to vehicle assembly. We're going to put something underneath that. Let's do that and save. We're going to see what happens here. If the pod flies off of that, then we know that we don't need to have a decoupler under that. Oh. Well, okay then. So now that we know that that does that, this may not be a good idea to take. So let's revert back to vehicle assembly. Jeb is going to go up alone. Could go up in the lander can, but we're not going to. Okay, so we've got the Mark 16. That can come down alone by itself. Let's do You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. We will grab 2 of the... Where are they? We can grab 2 of those. Grab a heat shield. We need the bigger one of the 2. So this is what's going to come back along with here we go. 1, 2, 3. We don't want that to close yet because we want to throw some science in here. You know, we need to start off with 2 of the goos. Grab 2 of the barometers. There we go. And 2 of the thermometers. Okay, so we've got that. Need a decoupler. And then we need something to get this to moon. And we like to do the terrier for that. I'd like to know how many people watch your channel, man. Okay, let's grab 2 more of these. And let's throw a swivel. Oh. Yeah, let's throw a swivel on there. And now, with that, we need to worry about our center of mass, center of lift, and our aerodynamic overlay, or aerodynamics. So let's go into the aerodynamics, grab the tail fins. And that right there is perfect. And that is right about in the middle too. So that is right about where we want it. The center of thrust is good. It's going to lift. So now we need something that will take it up and through the atmosphere. And for that we're going to rely on the thumper. And that right there is low. So we need to grab... Well, actually, first thing that we need to do is we need to recenter the aerodynamics with tail fins. That works. Okay, so now we can grab 4 of the decouplers. Oh, we want those over here. Put it right there. And we want to use 4 of the hammers. So we put those on. And we can actually take these and move them down. I always like to put them just a little bit below the end of the cup for the center, for whatever's in the center. That way, when those drop, they don't have any chance of hitting the cup of the rocket and damaging that, and then we're basically out of luck when it comes to using that one. Let's do that for more aerodynamics. Let's move that down to there. So those all go at the same time. And then we need aerodynamics. Let's go like... Okay, we actually want those to be straight. If we can get them straight that way. Well, let's move them up a little bit. And there we go. That right there should be... Yes. So that will work. That is what we need. And structural. We do have struts. Let's go like that. Yes, and then let's also do this. Those are not clipping wings, are they? No, they're not. Okay, because it stops it. Perfect. Okay, and then we can go there. Over to there. So that should hold those on pretty good. And we're ready. Let's make sure that Jeb is the pilot. He is. We'll call this Moonshot 1. So he's got science, he's got batteries, he doesn't have solar. That's what we need. Just put that there. And there, and we also want some lights. So let's do that, and we want those to point up. Okay. So we have lights. So we can do that. They could be red. That's more purple. That's blue. You can make them green. You can make them a lot of different colors by just moving everything around. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to make them white. Lights off by default. Okay, so let's make sure that saves. And I think we are ready to go. We're ready to give Moonshot a try. Okay, do a quick light check. Okay, they do work. And everything is where it should be. Those go. That goes. That goes. Then that. Decouple, light. Decouple, deploy. Okay. And here we go. So we are going for a orbit around the moon. Grab some science while we're there, and hopefully a safe return for our hero. Putting those struts on there really helped. It's still a little wobbly, but it's not as bad as it was before. So that's all solid fuel. The hammers are done. We decouple those. Okay, let's see where we're at. And there we go. I don't know why that didn't light immediately, but it didn't. Okay, so let's hope this is going to get us up and above. It looks like it will. Okay, we're at 60. That's going to get us to 70 at least. There we go. Okay, so let's... We may not have a shot here. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and burn. So if we go like that, we should be able to elongate the orbit easier. And we may or may not have enough to get back. I hope we do. I hope we have enough to get there and back. Okay, we're close. We've spent half our fuel. Okay. Everything is going this way. So if we go here, add a maneuver. Okay. So that's about a 54-second burn that we're looking at right now. If we can like that. That's not terrible, but I would love for it to be better. Oh, okay. We were on the perfect plane, but it's just not quite where we want it. That's gonna work. That's about a 1 minute burn. Okay, yeah. So let's warp to there. We're gonna start burning at 30 seconds. Okay. So 30 seconds, we start the burn. Oh, I messed up a little bit. Okay, I hit... Yeah. I do that one occasionally. But yeah, we should be okay though. There we go. That works. So now we can warp to there. Let's go into our map. This will be the closest that we've got to Moon. So there's our lights. Okay, of course we want to see what we've got here. Okay, we've already taken that from there. There's the thermometer. Okay, we can reset that one because we've already got that experiment from here. We've already got that from here. Okay, we already have a crew report from space. Let's go on a quick EVA. And there we go. There's a brand new one, and we can store the experiment and board. There we go. So now from there, if we add a maneuver and slow down, that is a 3-second burn. $218 and 74. That's a 3-second burn just to do that, so that's not too bad. Okay, we have plenty of time right now. Let's check the experiments and see if anything new can be done. And we can actually leave that open. Let's warp to there. Okay, and we've got plenty of time again. Nope, okay. So we have a 3-second burn. And we want to do that 3-second burn with between 1 and 2 seconds left for the node in T-. So let's move forward a little bit here. Okay, that's not going to be as close as we can get, but that's probably going to be as close as we are going to get on this flight anyway. And we need to get on that. Oh, come on. Okay, so we missed it a little bit. Oh, we need to be in retro. And that's actually a little bit of a longer burn than it said it was. Okay, we're going to try to not get him stuck up here. Okay. That should be fine. That looks like it's going to work. Let's close that. And let's warp over here so that way we can see Moon. And it is just about done warping. There we go. And still nothing new. The closest we are getting is over here. Let's go ahead and if we can drop that down a little bit. I think we may have just trapped him up here. We want to get close so we can get some better science. Nothing. I might be able to go on an EVA. There we go. That's worth 16. Let's take and store. Go back in. There's one right there too. Okay, so what we can do, we can actually, if we you know what, we might be able to get some from within 50 as well. So let's warp here. Okay, now let's see what we can get from these. What's going on, man? How you doing today? There we go. That's 30 science right there. So let's keep that. We've got some thermometer. That's 24 science. Even if we do these at half and transmit them back, that's still pretty good. Let's log the pressure data. That's 36. We can close that. Let's get Jeb out for another EVA while we're this close. That's a huge one. Okay, and then he can take the data, store everything, board, and do another crew report from here. Okay, so we have a lot of science, and I don't think we are in range right now. World first milestones, orbit of the moon, and we've performed a spacewalk in orbit of the moon. So that gets us science, that gets us money, and that gets us reputation. I don't think Jeb is going to be coming home today, which means we're going to need to hire another pilot. But we can see Kerbal, right? So let's check our map. COM 1 is over there. Let's speed things up a little bit here. Let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, I'm not quite sure if we can do this, but if we can, that would be great. Review stored data. Okay, so, okay, I did not put an antenna on here, so we're gonna have to try to get him back. Yeah, there we go. So let's go right there, try to add a maneuver. Okay, that's still only a 1 second burn. That might work. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to try this. Okay, 29 second burn, okay. That's going to be iffy. That's going to be real iffy. But you know what? We're going to try that. So if this works, then we will have our first science from around Moon. And then we can take that science, because there was a lot of it, so we can take that science and we can research a lot. Oh, we need to turn stability assist back on, of course. Every time you do an EVA, it will turn that off. Let's warp there. And warp there. So anytime that you're doing any burn and you've done a maneuver node like I have done to basically pre-plan what you're doing, and it shows this, it'll show you the estimated burn, which for this maneuver is going to be 26 seconds. It also shows you the time to the maneuver node that you have set up. You never want to burn this long when this number here is the same number as this. You want this number, the node N, to be half of your estimated burn when you start. Because the calculations, what they do is, if you use the full thrust, all of your power when the node is at 0, that is what it will do. So if I were to burn at 26 seconds, at node N T minus 26 seconds, then it would be too early. If I were to burn at 0, it would be too late. So for this one, because it's a 26-second burn, the perfect burn would start at T minus 13 seconds, and it would end at T plus 13 seconds. So what we are going to do is we're going to move time forward just a little bit. There we go. We're going to wait until that says T minus 13, and then we're going to go full throttle. There we go. And if we have a little bit of fuel left, that will be perfect. Okay, there we go. So that puts our periapsis. Okay, so we are definitely going to be falling. We're definitely going to be falling. We're definitely going to be burning. So we're going to catch a lot of heat from the atmosphere, and that is fine. We have 15 units of fuel. So we're going to be doing what they call a suicide burn. And basically what a suicide burn is you're burning to you're burning to kill your speed. So let's warp there. Okay, and I am kind of hoping for a water landing. Let's point full retro. And let's turn our lights off. We're going to go dark. So we are falling pretty quick. Okay, so we're going to do a slight burn. There we go. That's going to kill our speed a little bit. Okay, we don't need to burn a lot. We got some overheating. That's probably from the panels, which is fine. The panels can overheat. Actually, that's... Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go full burn. It's going to take us down to about 3,000 meters per second by the time that's done. Okay, there we go. We've just jettisoned the engine. So our heat shield is now taking all of the heat. So now we just need to watch our ablator, because that is what is taking all of our heat. And we need our speed to get down to about 1,000, and then everything should be safe. And I can't see if it's going to be a water landing or not, so that number up there, our altitude may or may not be correct. So we're still pointing prograde. Our ablator's doing its job. We're not flipping over. Okay, we still have our... Okay. We still have all of our science in there. So all we can do now is wait. And I don't like to warp through this process, because the physics in the game doesn't really like that when you're falling. So I think we're going to be good. Our surface speed is falling pretty good. Yeah. We're still fairly high up. And then it's just going to be making sure that we're going to be slow enough that it's not going to tear the parachutes. So we may have just had a successful mission to orbit Moon and get a ton of science. So it sounds like everything's going to be good. It looks like everything's going to be good. We don't have that high-pitched sound of falling, so that means everything, at least right now, is going good. We're no longer burning. Our 2 drogue chutes are good to go. Let's go ahead and deploy those. And that will slow us down even more. Okay, there we go. And the main chute deploys automatically because they are in the same action group. So now let's just try to get that. And actually, I kind of like that angle that we're at. And then when we're low enough and in enough atmosphere, those will actually fill up with the thick air of the atmosphere. And then we just cross our fingers and we hope that our experiments that are in our service bay down here are not going to knock loose and be destroyed. So now, because we are in the clear, we can warp ahead a little bit. It looks like we have a water landing. So water landings are always good. I always hope for those because they're quite a bit softer. The water's a lot more forgiving than the land. And that number will always be correct if you're over water. There we go, the drogue chutes have fully deployed. That takes our speed, surface speed, down to 25. And then between 500 and 1,000, I believe, is when the main chute will open. There we go, there's 1,000 and it opens, and that takes us down to, we're going to call that 7 meters per second. So I think we just had a successful mission. I think we did everything that we wanted to do. We were able to circularize our orbit, get close enough for new science, and we were able to return. We were able to return without killing Jeb. Let's see if we're going to be able to return keeping all of our science. There were no explosions, everything's good. So let's see how much science we got. There should be a ton. We may even have enough after that with what we already had to, yeah, we can get 2 different things. So that's great. We now have 205 total science. And that was just above the moon's highlands, so that was close. Near the moon, okay. And we recovered a vessel. Okay, that's worth 16 science and 16 data. Okay. Okay, so we have 205 science. Let's go into research and development. And landing, we definitely want that. That gets us the heavier landing struts. That gets us the bigger heat shield. Bigger parachute. That actually gives us 2 different heat shields. That's not bad. And we also have the launch escape system. And small landing gear. So I think we're going to get that one. We're going to take a look at everything else that's available. That's got the Rove Max, which I want. Those are rover wheels, and they are robotics. So you can actually build a small rover and have it all solar. We've got our mobility enhancer, also known as a ladder, and a hitchhiker storage container with a crew capacity of 4. That one wouldn't be too bad to get. This one's got the docking port. It's got an adapter, which I think, because I want to use some of the bigger crew modules, we may be getting this. That also has another smaller parts adapter and a smaller separator. Okay, aerodynamics. That's got a turbofan engine. So that's got a couple of engines for planes, which we really don't need right now. So I don't think we're going to get that one. The advanced construction. That's got a radial decoupler that is out a little bit more. That also gives us the protective shell. So I am not sure. Don't know exactly what I want to get yet. The fuel systems. That's basically fuel tanks. See, I like this one. This one actually is it's a conical fuel tank. And so is that one, so it actually gives you fuel and oxidizer without the wasted space. And that one's not bad either. Propulsion systems, that's the Spark, the Ant. Heavy rocketry gets the Poodle. That's a better engine than the Terrier. It's more fuel efficient, and I think it gives more. Thrust. So we probably could have done that mission with even more fuel left over. Okay, the Skipper. That's a huge engine. Or no, the mainsail's the big one. This one is a. This one's a smaller version of the mainsail. The kickback solid fuel, that one, that's got a lot of thrust. And the Wolfhound is a big one too. See, I like these two right here. I like the landing and I like the space exploration, but then I also like this because it's got the Poodle. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait on the heavy rocketry. We're going to get the landing so that way we can have our landing struts. Well, actually, with what we've got, let's do space exploration, and let's also do heavy rocketry. That way we can play around with the Poodle, and we can play around with the Skipper. So we will have more powerful engines, and we could probably do the same mission that we did while getting even closer. Maybe circularize and do like a dry run for a moon landing. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And that takes us down to 25 science. We cannot get any more. The command modules I would like to, because that's got some. That's got like the Mark 1-3 that holds 3 people. It's got a 2-person lander can. It's got a bigger service bay. It also has a Munar exploration module. I think this is a new one. Crew capacity of 2. That one I think I might. Yeah. That's not bad. And that is. Okay. And that won't tell me how much it is because actually that's 160. Okay. So we're going to be getting that one as well next time out. So, because we've done that, let's check here. We can do a satellite in a specific orbit. Okay, has an antenna and can generate power. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and do this one. Yep, we're gonna do this. And that is what we're going to do. So that's going to be the last thing that we're going to do today. So let's see. Oh, let's go to the tracking station. Okay, so this is where they want it. That is... Okay, that is a... Yeah, that's pretty much like a reverse Minmus. Okay, and they want it going that way. Okay. So everything is good. Basically, just put it up like it's going to the moon. So let's go ahead and do that. How much fuel does Comms 1 have? That will determine what we do here. Oh, yeah. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go to the Space Center. We're going to put up another one of those. And okay, let's write down the name of the company that wants it. Okay, we're going to call that DKCE1 when it is up there. The DKCE is Dinkelstein-Kerman's Construction Emporium. Yep, that's what we want. Okay. So let's open. Comms 1. Load. Okay, that's got everything we need. Yep, that's got everything we need. Okay. So let's launch it. We know it works. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to launch it that way this time. Okay. SAS, RCS, full throttle. Okay, this is going to go up faster than the last one. It may go up higher as well because the all the solid fuel boosters are going at the same time. Okay. This should work. I hope. Okay, that's not bad. So this actually gets us up pretty quick. There we go, it's slowly moving. Okay, so 45 would be a minute and a half. So right about 48. Now let's go now. Okay, so okay. I don't know why it did it that way, but that's fine. So we're going to burn at 22 seconds. There we go. If we keep that right there, that should do everything we need it to do. Okay, I have a lot of faith in this little engine. Okay. So, when we get okay, so basically it's where it needs to be now, which is U. There we go, rename vessel. That's a relay. Right, that is a relay. That's what they wanted, was a relay, right? Probe, okay. So that is now a probe, and it is DKCE 1. So from there we can do this right about here. Oh, I see. Yeah. Right. No, we don't want that to turn there yet. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get that close. There we go. That's close. That's not bad right there. Let's go ahead and do that then. Okay, yep, and that is a 34-second burn. So 17 seconds is where we want to start. Okay, let's do this. And once we get there, we will take our periapsis out where it needs to go. Okay. So let's come all the way out to there. Oh, no. I want to be right up there. Add the maneuver. That right there will be good for now, and then we can do the ascending and descending node and make sure that everything will be good there. Basically, we'll fix that the way that it needs to be fixed, and then we can start putting the apoapsis and periapsis even closer to where they need to be. And yep, everything that's on there is good. So that's about a 3-hour node. Okay, let's go ahead and warp there. Warp. Oh, excuse me, warp there. Okay, let's warp there. Okay, let's warp there. That'll be about a 2-minute warp. Okay, there we go. Let's take that. Right there. We've got a 12-second burn. Okay, with that we want to start burning at 6 seconds. There we go. So right here, actually if we can do it over here on this one, that will be even better. So right where these cross is where we want to go. There we go, that's a 3-second burn. And then once we get that, then we should be able to then stretch the orbit out and make it more perfect to where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and let's warp there. That's going to be a 3-second burn. So we are getting this satellite up for them. Let's warp there. That'll put us about 3 minutes out. Okay, let's use our time warp. Okay, there we go. And we want to aim towards our maneuver node. Alright, and we want to burn between 1 and 2 seconds, or at between 1 and 2 seconds. There we go. That is almost perfect. Okay, so now let's come over here. Before we do that, we want that and that. Yeah. And actually, if we can do this. Okay, that is going to be close. And that is less than a 1 second burn. So let's go ahead and warp up to there. And then once we hit that, then we can, yeah, so once we finish this burn, then we will go up to the apoapsis and we will extend out the periapsis to there. And actually, we've got 15 minutes. Yeah, so we've got 15 minutes. I am actually going to take about a 2-minute break. And I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and we still have about right around 13 minutes before we hit that node. So let's go ahead and skip forward. So I think we're gonna hit this fairly close to where we, to where it wants it. And a lot of times they're not real finicky on how close they want it. They give you quite a bit of leeway on how close you can be with the angle and with the height of the apoapsis and periapsis. So they're not real sticklers on the deviation. Okay. So we still have about 30 seconds before the burn. So let's go ahead and get on our marker. We're going to burn at 1 second, I think. So we may need to make another burn up there, or we may even be able to do it this way. Let's do this, add a maneuver, bring that out to there, and then that's not what I wanted to do. Let's close that. Let's do it again, add a maneuver. There we go. And right up there. Okay, let's see what that will do. That's actually not gonna work. Okay, well, let's do that and that. That'll work right there, and then when we get back to the periapsis we can lower the apoapsis down a little bit, and that should be everything that we do. So this is a 2-day wait. That's a long one. And that's a 1-second burn. Yep, let's warp all the way out there. Okay. And again, we're going to make the burn right about at 0. We're just going to make a really quick burn. We're going to stop this in just a couple seconds here. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So we just about have this satellite up. This is going to be the last thing that we do. We have about 30 seconds to wait for the burn, and then we will burn towards the periapsis. And we're going to burn retrograde down at the periapsis, and that will take our apoapsis down to put us in a reasonable Okay, there we go. Let's do that. Those are awful close. So it should be able to burn here. Add a maneuver. Perfect. That should be right where they want it. So with that, there is a 1 day and 1 hour wait. And that is another instantaneous burn. Okay, so let's do this then. There we go. So by doing this, we are getting more charge, because our solar panels, which are right down here, the ones on this side, are getting some sun. And that should give us more than enough to do what we need to do here. And there actually might be enough time to completely charge everything up here. And we did not put lights on here. So that's one of the things that I do, is I will build cheap for the contracts, because you don't get any of the money back that you put into it. So I mean, they pay you to make them, but unless they want something specific, I don't put it on there. I just do the bare minimum that they need. So they just needed something to, yeah, they just needed something that could generate power and had an antenna. So it's got everything they need. Yeah, generate power and has an antenna. That's all they wanted. So I didn't even have to do the ones that were on the sides. I could have taken those off. I could have just put one of the longer antennas on. But I am going to be using this, though. Because it's so high up, I can now do stuff around Moon. And I could probably do unmanned missions to Moon with this. As long as I do all my maneuvering on the Kerbal side of Moon. let's take that down to about a minute. Okay, let's go to the map. Let's hit our marker. And we're just going to do a slow burn. We're not going to go full throttle on the burn. So we've got about 45 seconds left. Then we're going to make the burn. We're going to circularize, or we're going to get within their deviation range. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? So we are putting up a satellite for a contract, and we are just about done with it. So we just need to bring the apoapsis out just a touch. Okay, and that right there should be... Okay, we've reached the designated orbit. Okay. So we have completed that. So DKCE1 is now in orbit and everything is good. We got quite a bit of money for that, and we got quite a bit of reputation for that. And we now have a satellite up there that we can use. So let's go to the Space Center. So we now know that that configuration right there can do anything that we need it to do around Kerbal, and we could probably even use that for Munar satellites too, to go around the moon. So let's head into mission control. Plant flag on the moon. Polar orbit of Kerbal. What we are going to do... We're going to take this one. So that will be another satellite that will be on a polar orbit. What a polar orbit is that is a north-south orbit rather than an east-west orbit. Then plant flag on the moon. Deadline is year 10. We're going to be getting to the moon. And we're going to be getting there before year 10. So we're going to take that one as well. And that's going to be good for now. So the ones that we have right now are mostly... Yeah, we have 4 for the moon, and we have 2 for Kerbal. We have to park 2 vessels next to each other. And is that... Oh, wow. Okay. So we're going to be getting this one next time. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to send up another Actually, you know what I might do is I might send up another probe and just have it be the exact same orbit and the exact same spot as the one that we just put up. So I'm gonna write that down. We're gonna do that next time. I'm gonna call that Chaser 1. Same orbit. An arrow to that. Okay. So that will get that one. And then we will send up another one next time for the polar orbit. Let's see where they want that one. So this is where they want it, and it looks like that is going to be... Yes. So instead of launching east, we're going to launch straight south? Really? Yes, because that is right there. So if we can launch straight south rather than east, then that will put us right on that orbit. And I think that's... Let's wait till it comes around. Yes. Because on the far side from where we are, it needs to be heading north. So you always want to check that line, because I can't count the times I have not checked that, and I have put a satellite up there. I got it in the perfect orbit, and I wondered why it wasn't finishing for me, and what it was is it was going the wrong way. And who is that for? That's going to be Zeltonic, so we will call that ZE1. Okay, and that is going to be it for today. We have done our mission to get science from around the moon, and we have completed our contract for this satellite, which is now actively communicating. Let's actually go back to that one. Let's fly that. Reason being is we need to finish the job here. We want to get all of these extended. Go, and we will put that actually, if we do this, okay, that's going the wrong way. That's what we want to do. We want to do this. There we go. The reason that we want it facing this way is so that way when we are doing stuff on the moon, the dishes can catch our reception, and those antennas can send the signal back down. And we are done. So we've done everything that we came here for today. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will be back tomorrow morning with Kerbal Space Program. Have a wonderful day.